Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tech Guru. Today I'm doing a video on Envato Elements licenses. So if you're confused about what the licenses are about, do we have to pay for them, what does it look like, I'm going to give you an in-depth video on what the licenses look like, and I'm just going to be explaining the licenses. So if you'd like Envato Elements, I've put the link to Envato Elements in the description box below. It is basically a platform that gives you unlimited access to graphic assets, including videos, templates, music, graphics, presentations, photos, fonts, and more. As you can see, there are different applications that are supported with Envato Elements, from Adobe to PowerPoint. There's something for a beginner to a pro to use with Envato Elements. So I really do hope you find this video useful, and we're just going to get into what the licenses look like. So I'm just going to give you a demonstration on what it would look like if I was to download a photo or a video. So I'm going to look for a photo that I'd like to download. So I just go on the search and I'm going to click dancing, search for that. As I scroll down, if I like something, I can click on it. So I'm just going to click on this video for a preview. Okay, I think this is a good video for the demonstration. I can even click on it to get the details of the actual video and play it in larger screen. So let's say I'm happy with this and I'd like to proceed with downloading this video with a license. So I'd click on the download button, which is in red. I'd create my own project. So for example, let me just put it under soundtrack for now, and then I'd click add and download. You can download without a license, but then you can't use it for any of your projects. So I would always recommend you to add and download. You just click on that there, and then it downloads into your PC or your phone, iPad, whatever. Okay, so what do the licenses look like? Now, if you scroll down, there's this place that you can click on to get further information about licenses. I'm going to click on that just to give you an overview of what they look like. So to start off, licenses are super easy on Envato Elements. There's a video about it as well. There is the full license at the bottom, so you can read the different clauses. You can go over the terms, the conditions, FAQs. They're all there to help you, and they're very, very useful. But so that you don't have to read it, I'm going to give you a breakdown on the licenses to save you some time. Now, one thing about the licenses you need to know is that it's one simple commercial license, right? So that makes it very easy to license your assets. Every time you download something from Envato Elements, whether it's a photo, a presentation, a template, anything, it will be the same terms on the license. So it's not like the terms differ on the photos to the videos to the music, so you don't have to keep on reading it over and over again. So if you're someone who wants to go through the license, all you have to do is go through the conditions once and then know that those same clauses are going to apply to the rest of your assets. So it's one simple, easy to understand commercial license written in plain English. You can translate it in any language you like. But it gives you the confidence that you can work on your personal projects with a broad range of commercial rights. So that's the first part of the license. The second bit is you just have to register each time you use them. So I know it's the same license and the terms are the same, but every time you download a new, let's say, item, photo, video, you have to make sure you download it with a new license copy, just so you know that each license is supporting your new download. So yes, the terms of the license are going to be the same, but you just have to register it over and over again for a new item. So when I clicked on the video that I liked about dancing, I had to click add and download, right? So always click add and download. Clear guidelines on what isn't allowed. So you can't really resell or redistribute items. So what does that mean? If I find a really nice picture on Envato Elements, I can't then set up my own website called the Tech Guru Pictures and keep uploading Envato Element pictures onto my website, because I'm basically just selling the same thing, and that is technically stealing. What I can do is, if I'm using a photo in a video that I'm making and then I'm publishing that video on YouTube, I've then edited that photo, I've used it as part of a greater project, and so that's not, a problem. So if I make money on YouTube, that's not really reselling, okay? You cannot use items on in-demand services. So for example, if you were supposed to make, if you're making a Netflix documentary, you can't really use it. If you were making an indie film, you're free to use the videos, right? So something that's commercial, like a Marvel movie, you can't really use it for. Another thing is you can't use items as the basis for merchandising. So to break this down easily, let's say you like doing print on demand and you want to print a logo straight from Envato Elements. You copy a logo and you print it onto a t-shirt and you sell it. That's it. You can't really do that because, again, that's technically stealing because you're not really editing that logo or making it your own. If you were to make it allowed, you would then download the logo, use the supported software, so Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, edit the logo, make it your own, and then print it on a t-shirt. That would make it your own logo. You would have been completely editing it from the original state that you found it on Envato Elements. So there's a few more rules. If you'd like to go through them, you can easily read through the clauses, but these are the overall gist of what is allowed and what is not allowed on Envato Elements. And personally, I feel like it's pretty straightforward and it's common sense. So anything that's technically just copy and paste and you can't, you're not editing it, that's not allowed. But yeah, otherwise, apart from those guidelines, everything else should be fine. If you're worried about something, you can message them. They have a support line, and it's really easy to just get through to them. All right, so the next one is future-proof licensing, even if you unsubscribe. So let's say you've been using Envato Elements for 2 years, you've been making menu cards and logos for restaurants, and you're a graphic designer, and you've been using Envato Elements a lot. But let's say you then want to retire. You're retired and you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to move to Bali. And you sell all the logos away, you finish off your company, and you just move to Bali. What happens then if you want to unsubscribe to Envato Elements? Nothing. So if you, let's say, choose to do that and you're like, I no longer need Envato Elements, I'm going to unsubscribe, what happens to the licensing? Can they sue you for using their same materials that you were using when you had subscribed? No, because it's future-proof licensing. That means the license that you hold for each downloaded asset is valid for the duration of a whole lifetime. So once you download a license on something, you have the right to use it for the rest of your life, even if you're no longer paying the Envato Element subscription fee, which, if you ask me, is a pretty cool thing to have, because then you're sorted for life. You can download, you can experiment, and if you're no longer needing the platform, you can unsubscribe without the worry of having to cancel all the products that you're selling and change all of the items. You don't have to worry about that ever again, right? So that's pretty much what we have in terms of Envato Elements. I'm going to give you another demonstration now that we understand licensing. I find an image, I want to add it to my project, I click on add and download, that gives me the license with it. If I click on the other option, download without license, I'm not going to get a license, which I would not recommend. So I'm going to click on add and download and see what happens. So you click on that, you then get another notification to say, do you want to download it? Yes, I'd like to download this image. And then you get a pop-up with the image downloaded in your downloads folder. You click on it and you can see the clarity of the photo. You get a license with it. So if you go into your downloads, you will see that it comes with a license. So let's say if there's a claim against you from YouTube or any other platform saying that this is copyrighted, you have your license to suggest otherwise. So that is Envato Elements in a nutshell and what the licenses look like. I hope that made a little bit more sense to everyone. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to Envato Elements or if you're considering getting Envato Elements, I would totally recommend it because it's super useful. It's unlimited in terms of the access you get to assets. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to keep buying it. It's a really cheap alternative in terms of, the competitors out there is only around $15 a month. So if you'd like to check it out, the link is in the description box below. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and bye.